Welcome to the Reframe Lab, where conversations shape perspectives. Our aim is to uncover critical and hidden aspects that are shaping our businesses and enterprises in today's landscape.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Imran. Thank you for being here, Dr. Metta. There are so many unanswered questions, so many unknowns when it comes to AI and this new world, the new world of AI. When we have voices, very loud voices, such as Professor Geoffrey Hinton, known as the godfather of AI, warning us against AI, warning us that our jobs are going to be taken over, warning us that society is going to change. When we have research outputs from institutes such as MIT on ChatGPT, on the impacts of ChatGPT, on the impacts of ChatGPT on our brains. You are an expert on neurology. You are an expert in this field. Are we failing our children?
My name is Dr. Vinod Metta. I'm one of the consultant interventional neurologists. And, my main interest, actually, I always say to my patients, I specialize in 4 neurotransmitters, only four. It took 15 years for me to look at these neurotransmitters. When coming to Dubai, I always tell my patients, I look at dopamine, it is petrol for the car, coolant, choline for the car, and brake coil, non-adrenaline, and important bit, serotonin. So, 10 years ago, dopamine, no one knows about dopamine. And dopamine is a molecule which is very important for the movement of the body. Choline is like a coolant. And it's a brake coil is the one which connects the brain and the body. And the engine oil controls your blood pressure, your thinking, sweating, and all the stuff. The reason why I'm saying is, this is all God gave to the human beings. So you mentioned about a God. Science is the God. Of course, the God is there to, created all of us to deliver the science for the evidence-based. So you use the word artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Artificial. Anything with artificial is not good. Artificial smile, you're not good. You come to London now, we always smile. It's not artificial. We are learning it. So to smile at people.
And anything artificial is not good, but you use artificial intelligence for your own field of work, for your surgery. How can you label
intelligence is just, people coming with the concept to show that we are using the technology. So I just want to, hold you here. I'm not using artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence should use as a tool, not as a substitute. Artificial intelligence as a hind, like a support, not as a spine. Artificial intelligence is not, it guides you, but doesn't perform.
But how do you stop that from happening?
So coming back to AI, first, before I talk about AI, let me tell you, because you're talking to a scientist who looked 15 years to look into the circuits. Human brain has 86 billion, which actually become 100 neurons. If you ask me what is the important, how you define a teamwork. If I ask you, tell me how your teamwork. If I ask you, you look like a very good anchor, very sharp one. If I ask you, give me an example of a teamwork.
An example of teamwork?
Yes.
Or how do you build teams together?
So,
Well, how do you build teams together is to understand individually who your teams are.
Yeah.
And then begin to delegate.
Yeah, say for example, if I'm your team, Imran is your team.
Yeah, I want to know what you're good at and what Imran is good at.
Yes, exactly. So you connect
and then
us.
connect,
Yeah,
absolutely.
connecting. Exact. The word I want to hear is that connection.
Yeah.
The connecting part of the brain is very niche. So the difference between animals and a human being is that connectivity.
Okay.
So people say you're an animal, don't behave like an animal.
Yes.
So you know what I mean?
We've used those terms, I'm sure.
Exactly. Those terms are really facts.
Yes.
You call it fast facts. Don't behave like an animal means animals, God doesn't give them that connectivity. Yeah.
Did you say God?
Yeah, see, exactly. That's what I say. God, that's
Yeah.
what the science comes from there. Say God of science is different. I don't believe in God of neurology, God of, economics. So, yeah, God is the God. God is one God. Then after that, science. But You hate me or love me, you can't deny me, because what I talk is science. Yeah. So research papers, what I write is a guideline, what we write is a guideline. Doesn't mean that it should. But what's the science is here? That connectivity comes from a part of the brain called nucleus accumbens. It's a small area in the nucleus. I've seen so many papers coming up now, but I'm not going to comment, critically, do that. But what I want to say, what I learned, how it's an AI will impact that one.
Yes, please.
So as you age, I'm saying that, the brain and liver, two important structures in your brain, in your body, that mature at the last stage. That's what I say, you're not matured. Oh, he's 13 years not matured. People say ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one
we
of
hear
those
terms.
Yeah. That became a cash making machine, getting from the emotions of the parents.
Wow.
So
That's
the
really
ADHD, you define the term. Sometimes Americans define the term without attention deficit disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just attention. It's the process of the brain evolution, where from the start, the bone, the long bone, the femur, the spine, they all evolve with the age. Whereas the brain, it's a bit of a genetic component involvement. Sometimes you look at your structures, media. If I ask you a question, what's your important organ in your body?
I would
Heart.
say
Come on.
I would
Not
say
you, Imran, because you went to barber.
I would actually say the heart and the brain.
Well, why is that heart and the brain? So I'd ask you one.
Because so we have a heart and we don't have a brain. What's the point?
See, you're very clever. Let me tell you, God gave you two lungs.
Yeah.
If one lung doesn't work, one will take over. We're telling the smokers to stop, but they don't stop. One lung is there. Two kidneys, one kidney off, one kidney. I think England, we have to worry about not the boats now. We're worried about this, kidney transplants, people, organs, mafia. You know what I mean? Brain, right side of the brain controls left side of the body. The left side of the brain controls right side of the body. God gave it a purpose. But the heart is one. Don't give it to anyone. Keep it with you. Very, very important.
So, Dr. Metta, tell me one thing.
Yeah.
Now, with everything that you have described here,
Yeah.
I see that there's a lot of difficulties when I'm engaging younger population. For example, my kids, they are not behaving as we used to behave.
Yeah.
And there is huge attention deficit.
Yeah.
I mean, giving them a task, they are not concentrating. The moment their mobile lights up, they are gone. Their attention is gone. And it's so difficult to captivate them back. And I was reading a research which says that, this unlimited scroll on your mobile phones. There's a guy called Asa who came up with this unlimited scroll. And he said, had I known the impact of it, especially on the younger generations, I would have never gone in for it. So do you really think that these technologies are slowing down that progression of those neurons that you're talking about?
Let me tell you,
them?
before I blame a technology, because I believe in technology. Before I believe in technology, I would say the word addiction. Yeah, the addiction, obsession. So there is a component in the part of the brain, which say, for example, some people are impulse. Say, obviously, last week, Times paper, there's one Parkinson's patient went to Thailand, spent all the money. It's a dopamine dysregulation. So an addiction, obsession. So if you see the phones coming in, that's more of addiction. That part of the brain is not matured. If it's not naturally getting matured, if you use artificially, it's getting worse. Then after 14, you diagnose as an attention deficit disorder, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder.
So what are you? Let's go back to the impact of AI and, for example, ChatGPT on the brain.
Yeah.
And that's what we really want to know.
Yeah.
Are we destroying our children's brain by using ChatGPT? And before you answer, as an academic, as a university, I lecture my students.
Yeah.
I can see what is happening. I don't need the data. The data supports the use of ChatGPT and how widespread it is. But I can see that students are blindly using ChatGPT to produce their essays, to produce their work, and we can't do anything about it because we as academics can't really detect that they're using ChatGPT. We might know it anecdotally, but there's ways of going around the system.
Would they be dumb? The real question is this young generation.
Because she's an academic, I'm an academic, you're an academic. Let's academic. to produce a virginal research paper, let me tell you, it takes your blood and sweat.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, like, we need to literature review, we need to do this, we need to get, reference banking, we need to think about it,
Yeah.
we need to write hypothesis.
trial and error.
And trial and
yeah.
error, connecting, this should come and result, this should come. This pre-cooked, if you say, we're seeing all these pre-cooked ChatGPT review papers coming in.
Yeah, you can see it.
Same review paper, they're doing it within 1 hour,
Yeah.
where it takes. So what does it imply? You're actually that learning curve in the brain, neuron connections from the frontal lobe, temporal lobe, and going to the nucleus, it's been compromised. Compromised. That today good, tomorrow better, but day after tomorrow addiction, number 2, and that addiction makes your brain thinking, critical thinking, come back to zero.
So you support the MIT paper?
Yes, the MIT paper, I don't want to, that paper, that's actually I would say that it's a eye-opener.
It's an eye-opener.
But that's an eye-opener. They all, they ran fast to whatever.
Limitations, absolutely.
Exactly.
It hasn't gone through, but maybe that's what's needed.
You see Mount Jara
but can I just say, that is what's needed.
Yeah.
That is what's needed. There is a lot of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
But we know as academics and experts that ChatGPT that's coming out, these tools that are coming out, they are destroying our brains.
Yeah.
They're destroying our brains.
Yeah.
So number one, what kind of diseases are we going to, what kind of diseases are we going to see in the future? And we're not talking about 5 years. We're not talking about 20, 30 years. What are the new diseases based on your experience?
I think I love this anchor. She's going to dominate everything. She's not giving me a chance to explain.
Can I just interject here for a minute?
Imran,
I think generalizing that it's destroying might be a very harsh statement.
Yes, exactly. So
because this whole paper, there are limitations with it.
See, forget about the paper. You're talking to, the paper which was done, they're not neurologists. I'm telling you brutally honest here. So you're talking to a neurologist, I'm talking to a brain man, you're talking to an expert who knows about the circuits.
And you've just agreed with the paper.
And also...
So you're endorsing the paper.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you. See, and you're talking to a scientist who have done for 15 years looking into the circuits. Let me explain. What type of diseases? Number one, the entire concept. See, I was in London Heathrow Airport last week. I'm coming into Dubai Airport here. So 6 hours difference. I've seen 60% of United Arab Emirates.
Yeah. Wow.
60%, I'm talking about Imran, not 6%, that the news should go to the wider communities. They're coming up with the ADHD diagnosis.
ADHD.
Yes.
And you're blaming it on...
ADHD is a spectrum.
Yes, we hear a lot about that in the UK.
Spectrum is number one, is, it can't be just a memory spectrum. It's a behavior spectrum. And also it's a psychotic spectrum, the behavior. That means what happens, these kids, at the age of 10 and 12, 11, their brain is not matured enough. Now they're giving these mobile phones and, ChatGPT. Parents are actually, giving them a leverage, right? In schools especially.
Let's talk about this. Are you saying in Dubai they're living a crisis here?
So I won't say
they're
crisis.
They're failing their children. How can they not be? If 60%, if you're saying 60% are diagnosed with ADHD, and do you believe, is there an answer though?
So you're not allowing me to answer. Listen to me. You're saying that 60% diagnosis is a underrated, undertreated, underdiagnosed. Undertreated. Because
can we reverse it?
The concept, yes. The way to reverse it is let the brain takes its own curve. Let the brain natural.
Natural by how though?
You can't expect a 9-year-old brain to be like, the body is growing up. The 9-year-old takes another 12 years. So 14 years or 15 years, we don't know. So say, for example, let me put it this way. If you come to me with your child of ADHD diagnosis, saying that you're a celebrity neurologist, Dr. Metta, first thing I ask, number one, is there consanguinity in the family? Yeah, there's huge, you inbred yourself, so you're passing on the gene.
Oh, so cousins. Cousin marriage is normal in the Arab world.
Exactly. That's one of the inbreeding. Yeah.
So we can't blame ChatGPT.
No. I'm talking about, ChatGPT comes in the brain maturation process.
Okay, let's
go. You got my point. So 12-year-old brain is about to going to mature in next 2 years.
Yeah.
Then if you're using the ChatGPT, that is becoming lazy.
So, Dr. Metta, let me.
So Imran, So what's happening? That important point of time where the brain will be fully formed, this ChatGPT or artificial intelligence is making it lazy. That critical thinking is going off.
So
what do you-
let me add this one
So
point.
the brain becomes lazy. That's what I would say.
You know, 10 years back,
Yeah.
our mothers used to say, do not watch TV too much
Yeah.
or do not watch mobile too
Yeah.
closely because
Yeah.
your eyes would get weaker.
Yeah.
I discussed it with an optometrician and
Yeah.
he said, this is not true.
Yeah.
It doesn't impact your eyes.
Yeah.
So is it not overhyped?
See, let me tell
Because,
you,
you know,
Imran, it's a very good
it has-
question. The world should know you don't see with your eyes, you see with your brain.
Right.
Full stop. So you see, you don't see. Cataracts, we do this on M25 because we don't have beds in the hospital. Yeah, it's very easy to take. The area of the brain called visual area. Say, for example, you're seeing me and seeing her, you say, I'm Dr. Vinod, and the image formation is at the back of the brain. So the optometrist who answered that question only knows about that outer part of it, doesn't know the inner part of it.
Right.
The nerve which connects the eye and the brain, called optic nerve, is very important part of the human being that matures also later. Yeah, so the optometrist needs to know that you don't see with your eyes, my friend, you see with your brain. The hearing as well. Sometimes you're born with conduction deafness, sensorineural deafness. They give you, now this people coming out, give you this hearing. You don't, the ear, inner ear, connected to the hearing area of the brain. The brain is your mother. I always tell to my patients, brain is like your mother. Mother has to talk to eyes. If your bladder is full, brain will say, hello, open the bladder.
Yeah.
If you use the ChatGPT, maybe you lose that one as well. So if you're say, for example, if you're on a treadmill, doing 10 miles per hour, I'm sure it does a treadmill, yeah? The brain controls the blood pressure, or else everyone will go jump out of the windows. The brain is the main mother,
So are you-
and the spinal cord is the dad
Can I
for the
just
human
say, so
body.
Dr. Metta, what, as a leader in
Yeah.
this area
Yeah.
globally,
Yeah.
what are you doing about it?
Yeah.
Because it is such an important
Yeah.
topic. So we have, as I started with, Professor Jeffrey
Yeah.
Hinton. He left Google
Yeah.
to speak out
Yeah.
because he felt
Yeah.
it was so important.
Yeah.
And so people like yourselves, like your good selves, what are you doing to create awareness? Because I am actually very shocked about with the numbers now. I didn't know it was this
See,
bad.
let me tell you. You asked me a very good question. What I am doing,
Yeah.
I'm not, I don't represent the world. I'm just a scientist for my patients. Any patient I see, I've empowered the parents because the parents has to spend the time with the kids.
So what's your
Parents,
advice? Give
the
us some
teacher.
steps. Yeah,
No,
what are
listen.
you- Yeah.
See, as a doctor, first I empower the parents and the teachers. Because the kid, the 20 minutes time, 1 hour time I spent with the kid, I need to find out two things here. Is it a physiological? Is it pathological? Pathological, I treat it. Physiological becoming pathological, I'll stop it. Clear? So there are two aspects here. A kid, I see, absolutely look at the imaging. His temporal lobes are not well defined. Frontal lobes are not well defined. He's 12-year-old.
Is there a long waiting time to get to you?
See,
Could a ChatGPT replace you, though? If you're not- you
ChatGPT,
just-
oh yeah, well,
It could replace
I
you?
love to see it. See,
But
I tell you what, I am not a ChatGPT. I can't give 5 minutes answers to all my patients' questions. I spent my time. You ask me, why is a waiting list? Because each patient, I spent an hour, sometimes goes to 90 minutes. For example, Imran came, I heard, I was spent 3 hours with one patient. The reason is, one daughter got a ChatGPT, another granddaughter got another chatbot, another bot, all came from Pakistan. The patient with 8 people. So why this ChatGPT didn't give them all the answers and they have to come to see Dr. Metta at King's College London, Dubai? Because that connection, they got all the answers. They didn't get that right connection, that human touch, the way I explained.
Can I add one?
Yeah.
Dr. Metta, I mean, I think we are criticizing technology a bit too much, but I also know that you are at the leading edge when the use of technology comes in.
Exactly.
It's massively helped because
Technology
we have
should-
experimented. The watch.
Yes, that's what
was-
I want to tell this lovely lady here. Technology will become useful, viable with the human touch. Yeah,
That's very important.
yeah.
Is
So
the human touch.
can you take a flight off without a pilot? Just it's all AI, right? Yeah, it's all technology. No, you know what I mean?
Not yet, anyway.
No,
But
yeah.
what I'm trying
Oh, I love to
but
see you on a
Doctor-
flight with no pilot.
No,
Come
but
on,
you
yeah?
don't. So, Dr. Metta, the reality is
Yeah.
that what you've just said here is that there are voices out there that
Yeah.
say, and these are leading voices that
Yeah.
say, actually,
Yeah.
one day in the very near future,
Yeah.
and some predict within the next 5 to
Yeah.
10 years,
Yeah.
artificial intelligence
Yeah.
will become more intelligent than humans,
Yeah.
and you
So-
and others will be replaced. What do you say to that?
Intelligent than humans. Some dogs are more intelligent than humans as well.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
In
the dogs has certain part of memory.
Sniffing and
Yeah,
other abilities.
there's
that is
more.
better,
There's
better
more.
than humans.
But it's limited.
So see, we can't validate it, but I'm telling you, answer the question. Will ChatGPT or artificial intelligence will replace me?
Yes.
But maybe after Elon Musk when he died, I don't know. But not now. You, me, you can't see it. Number one. Number two, that the God gave us again. I'm talking about the God, the brain. That part of brain
Yeah.
is amazing organ.
Yeah,
amazing organ.
that is actually an argument. Do we
see.
actually know how intelligent humans are?
See.
That is.
See, I am not better than AI. I can tell you that.
You're not.
Human beings, we are better than the brain of human being.
Yeah.
Is like 86 billion neurons connecting each and every part of the brain. Let me tell you, morning, there is a sleep cycle. Yeah. So morning security team will relax in the evening, give the handover. When the handovering time, the night melatonin will come up. Morning serotonin will take it easy, melatonin will come up. Then if the artificial intelligence coming in, making that lazy, can you imagine a security guard become lazy sleeping? What will happen? You destroy your home. Yeah, same thing in the brain, the teamwork. So what I'm saying is, technology, yes, it's I'm a techie man. I introduced the Parkinson's watch and it's happening. It should be a tool, not a crutch.
True.
Yeah, it should be behind, not a spine. It can't be rely on everything.
So I'm going to just say this.
Can we shift gears? Because I want to touch on the leaders aspect. Because we have discussed the children.
See, one line I just want to tell you, Imran, it's very important because, the message to the world, especially mums, this part of the world, I'm not saying that pediatric side of things in London because I'm an adult neurologist. Here, it's a word of mouth. Oh, Dr. Vinod. I'm saying, so all mums are bringing even a 12-year-old, 30, just for guiding them. I always guide them that, always see kids coming up with a mobile phone. All these kids, 9-year-olds coming up with the iPads. So this is what's happening here is the iPads, natural learning, relearning is becoming e-learning. Yeah.
E-learning.
So that's what we need to, if we can hold that bit, that e-learning bit, then that natural learning, relearning will come back. So practice. There's the old dictum, right? Practice makes you better.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
perfect. Yes.
Perfect.
So let's change the gears here.
Yeah.
Now, what do you see how it's impacting the leaders in the wider scape? You work with adults mostly.
Yeah.
So
Do you want a brutal answer?
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, at the moment, the leaders, what they're thinking of. NHS, say, I'm brutally honest here. What's NHS thinking of? Cost cuttings.
Yeah.
Cost cuttings. You come to kids. So we have 2 robots standing there with, enter your name and date of birth. Yeah, we'll take you to that. Don't you think that, when you used to come to NHS before, we have a lovely secretary sitting in, helping you. Hello, Dr. Metta, please come in. Can I take your name and date of birth? That human touch is over. So this computer coming in like, that enters, then the patient coming to a doctor. They also see me as an AI. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, come on, I want to, that's a bit you're losing. So instead of recruiting 10 Imrans, they are looking at to buy one model. This IT techies, coming in, the companies coming in. So it might help for a cost cutting, but
Dr. Metta,
not much humanity. I'm telling you.
How's the impact on cognitive learning and development?
See, that's again, we're talking about different aspects of that. So you asked me how these leaders are doing that. So say, for example, I have research fellows. So we're writing abstract. I always say that don't use ChatGPT. Let's go and get a natural rhythm. But ChatGPT will help you for the wording sometimes. But
It's an add-on.
I don't think they
add-on.
listen. Well, they actually listen to you.
Yeah.
I from my experience, you might tell adults not to use ChatGPT. They will use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you they're going to use it.
Yeah.
And what are we going to do about it?
See, I don't think, if you do anything about it, then you'll go to jail.
But
No, you
I don't think
You
they,
can't go to
Here,
jail
especially
because-
here.
but how
So
can-
here there is a,
Yeah.
especially in Europe, you need to follow the law of land. So
What is the
so
law of the land? Hold on, but what
you
is
need
the
to
law
you
of
need
the
adult, you
land?
need that adults that
Yeah.
this guy is spoiled. It's then he can't. If I see something my registrars like in bypassing what's the natural rhythm, then I don't say, for example, you're not fit to be under me. Thank you very much. You
Yeah.
go someone who can be a ChatGPT.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you create a culture. So it's down to-
eventually, let me tell you,
Yeah.
eventually the research, what we're doing now, in 6 years' time, plagiarism.
Plagiarism,
So,
I see,
you don't
yes,
you don't even get a single authentic research
Yeah.
in the world. The world will see all artificial
so
research.
would that
Yeah,
deplete?
and whatever the pharma companies giving
So,
that one
Dr.
will-
Mehta,
yeah.
as a researcher, do you think that would deplete the cognitive process of,
that
of
will
the
not
adults?
only cognitive, that will deplete your behavior, that depletes your cognition, that depletes all your natural, what is the human beings and animals, that abstract thinking.
So tell me,
That's
there
the
is
what.
a concept of
That's the what. If you ask me one line, what ChatGPT depletes, whether children, adult, or anyone, is that abstract thinking.
So I'm thinking now that is it related to emotional intelligence as well? That kind of behavior would deplete
emotional
as well.
intelligence is another different topic, Imran. Yes, obviously, if one starts affecting,
Your
finally,
emotional aspects
and
will go
if
down
your
as well.
parents are dying in front of you, you might say thank you very much, and I go and have a spa. So that you will lose that connection between. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Dr. Mehta, are you saying that? Are you predicting that the next generation, if we carry on like this, and it does look like we're going to be using ChatGPT and AI regularly, and if we don't stop it, are you saying the next generation are going to turn into animals? We're going to be very...
Not next generation. This generation.
This
absolutely.
generation is going to
Don't
turn
worry
into
about.
animals. So we're going
I
to be
wouldn't say use the animals. I would say that there won't be that emotional bonding. They lose that emotional bonding between. Your daughter might come and say, "Yeah, whatever, I want to go this." Yeah, you don't have that. The way I fell in love with Imran and family is the amount of bonding with the dad that makes me as a consultant to go higher, next level to look after.
Well, what about mental illness,
You
though?
will that connectivity with a mother and son and will go. Father and son will go.
That
Doctor
bonding
and
would
patient
go.
will go.
What about
bonding
mental
will
illness?
go.
Any new
mental
diseases?
illness nowadays mental illness is a huge problem that will become an add-on.
An add-on.
Add-on. So add-on ChatGPT related mental problems. You see that we will going to describe it very soon.
But we're going to describe what?
ChatGPT related mental illnesses.
Yeah.
That's going to
it
come
will-
up.
Yeah,
here.
and who will make money for all this?
Who?
Pharma companies.
Pharma companies.
That's
Yeah.
that's a big statement.
Oh
coming from
yeah, oh yeah.
Do you think they
See,
have
I
a
work
responsibility?
I work very constructively with industry.
Yeah.
Because clinical trials. So this is all because what they do. See, they actually the pharma industry are the ones. See, for one tablet, they have multiple uses. Paracetamol helps with your fever. Paracetamol helps with your pain. Yeah. Then we will come up in 5 years' time, say that paracetamol also, we get one tablet, serotonin antidepressants will get bigger.
Antidepressants.
Antipsychotics will get bigger.
So antipsychotics, antidepressants.
Yeah.
What about in our children? Or is it?
That's what I'm saying, that with this ChatGPT related mental illnesses will promote more antipsychotics, antidepressants.
But can we reverse this?
Antihistamines. What's happened if you start giving these drugs? See, what can you do? Your child is psychotic, about to stab you.
Yeah,
Then what do you
angry.
do? Antipsychotic. Then antipsychotics, the way the side effects outweigh the benefits. That little anger, secondary to ChatGPT related connection, the side effects will hit your liver, will hit your kidneys, will hit your blood pressure. So your children, your child at the age of 14 will be on antidepressants and antipsychotics.
No, I don't
But-
want that to.
Yeah,
we need to-
exactly.
But that's the
And
dark
after
side.
that, by 25, he will be completely use the word animal.
And-
then I would say that he will
and that's
become
your
an animal.
prediction.
But
If
Dr.
I
Metta-
take antipsychotics for next 1 year for nothing, I will become an animal.
So, but Dr. Metta, that's the dark side.
Yeah.
Do you see a positive side to it as well?
See, positive, as I said, the positive side is you should use it as a tool, Imran.
To reflect.
Exactly, not a crutch.
But maybe
Yeah.
that choice
You
is
should-
going to be
you should-
taken away from
See,
from us.
I would say that leaders need to come into
Yeah,
action.
absolutely.
For everything, there is a, mother. For a child to grow well-behaved, parents. Yeah, I always give, if I see a well-behaved family, child, respect. If I see a nice Caucasian coming to me, I was telling anyone to that matter, I say the parents. So if I see someone coming, thugs, the jeans dropping down, hey, may, oh, yeah, I would say that there is a lost child. Yeah, so the way so that's very important. So parents, mother and father for the family, coming back to the companies, people like you and her should take it. Say, for example, we are technology in UK, technology in Dubai, EPR, fantastic. If it works, technology is super. If it doesn't work, what happened to Air India?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So no human. So you need to use it. You should not 200% rely on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think...
Agree.
do you-
So especially the kids, the professors and all the stuff, you should introduce, yes, the artificial, it's artificial, but you should not, take off your exams.
Yeah.
Take off your writing. I'm telling an example. If you give me write me 1,000 words or 100 words, natural thinking, although I'm slow, but it's study that wins the race. Fast. What will happen if you fast? You fall.
Yeah.
So what happened between a tortoise and a rabbit? Tile, right? Rabbit runs. ChatGPT is like that, but tortoise wins.
Yeah.
Can I just
Simple
say,
example.
Imran,
But if they
Yeah,
run the
natural-
race together,
Yeah.
they'll perform better.
Exactly.
If they team up,
I would
so you
say-
got to team up.
I
with
would
the
say
technology.
that even myself, I said that I tell my team that use the brain or lose it. Use it or lose it. If you
The
don't
reality
use
is
it, if you don't use it before 20,
yeah.
Kalas, Kalivali, learn these two words
So,
here.
Dr. Metta,
Yeah.
I think the reality is, and as I've said, and I know we've discussed myself and Imran, the reality is that AI is going to take over many jobs.
Yeah.
And society will change, will be forced to change.
Yeah.
You've given us advice, and it's wonderful to hear your advice. But what if society doesn't have a choice anymore? AI is taken over. We've lost our jobs, and we're forced to use AI. What's going to happen then?
Do you think AI will take over husband and wife relationship? AI trained doctors, it's a hype, not a hope.
It's a hype, not a
Not
hope.
a hope. Yeah. So that's the message. So I'm not worried about companies. I'm not worried about, all these trillionaires. I'm worried about mother and son relationship, patient and doctor relationship. That should never, any AIs comes in, any chatbots comes in, it will never take off.
True.
That human touch.
Human touch
that
is still
human
important.
touch.
It has to be
See,
at the
my
heart.
patients say that, Dr. Vinod, Dr. Metta, you gave my dad hope. Yeah, they never say you gave my dad hype. Yeah, that AI gives you hype. Human touch gives you hope in all
Very
forms.
well said. Very well said.
So, and last but not least, that connection to the parents and the teachers, you're the ones who make next generation engineers and doctors, that you should not make those circuits in the brain lazy. You should train them, retrain them, but not e-train them.
But not e-train them.
Not
Absolutely.
e-train them.
No, that's
So-
I think fantastic discussion, Dr.
Thank
Mehta.
you.
Thank you very much for your time. You have really enlightened us.
Thank you very much.
If you want to connect with Dr. Mehta, you can reach out to Dr. Mehta at King's College London website. He is a neurological consultant and a very famous one.